Previously on Survivor.
I trust Siobhan 100% right now.
It's me, Sean, Allie, Mr., and Frank. The plan is to vote for Allie.
To lock this vote in, you should tell them about your advantage.
So last week when I told Andrew what the advantage was, and I told only him what the advantage was, I did it as kind of a trial run. Andrew told Sean and Lexi.
After this tribe swap, there has been a revival of a certain group. Maybe we'll see if the four of us can run this game.
Fifth person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island and the fifth member of our jury, Allie. That's 4 votes Allie total. Allie, the tribe has spoken.
I feel really strong.
Literally, who's better?
Don't really know where people
Can I come get
Not stop.
Yeah.
We can run this show. And I think we've proven tonight that, it is us.
I would be very, very scared if I was not in this group.
Yeah. Yeah. And Frank, that advantage is going to be huge down the stretch.
Yes.
It really is, yeah.
We all know what it is.
Yeah. If there's a merge, we have 5 in a group of 8.
Yes.
All right, welcome everybody. Take a look at your new Room 2 tribe. Allie voted out at the last tribal council. There are 8 people left. There is a member of the jury here, Patrick Lyons. Congratulations, you have all moved on to the next stage of the game. So everybody drop your buffs. We have merged. After this challenge, there will be a new hidden immunity idol clue in play. That is the merge tribe idol. So once you vote off somebody at the final 6 to become 5, somebody will re-enter the game. So there will be 2 weeks in a row where there are 6 people in the game. Today's immunity challenge will be a Kahoot. So essentially, the person who gets first place will win individual immunity for this week, guaranteeing themselves a spot in the final 7. What particle within an atom is positively charged? All right, looks like everybody got it right. What country does espresso originally come from? Is it Italy, France, Brazil, or Equatorial Guinea? All right, 6 people got it right, 2 people got it wrong. The correct answer was Italy. AJ in first place. In which year did the first class of Villanova students graduate? Is it 1846, 1842, 1850, or 1847? The correct answer was 1847. Number 4, which of the following is not a Fall Out Boy song? Is it Head First Slide into Cooperstown on a Bad Bet, Disloyal Order of Water Buffaloes, London Beckon Songs About Money Written by Machines, or Our Lawyer Made Us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued? See Justin celebrating there. Correct answer, London Beckon Songs About Money Written by Machines. That is a Panic at the Disco song. Which of the following refers to the total dollar market value of a company's outstanding shares? This is for my business students out there. Is it market capitalization, equity income, dividend yield, or retained earnings? 2 people got it right. The correct answer is market capitalization. Brad out here flexing.
Capitalism, stand up.
In Greek mythology, who is the goddess of agriculture? Is it Athena, Demeter, Aphrodite, or Hera? Correct answer is Demeter. 6 people got it right. Number 7, which team won the 1978 NBA Finals? Was it the Boston Celtics, the Portland Trailblazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Washington Bullets? The correct answer is the Washington Bullets. Only one person got it right. Which film won Best Picture at the 2003 Academy Award? The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, Chicago, or The Pianist? The correct answer is Chicago. Chicago won Best Picture 2003. When is Miguel's birthday? Let's see who my real friends are. Is it April 4th, April 5th, April 6th, or April 7th? Only 3 people got it right. Wow, guys. Frank moving up, AJ moving up, Sean still in first. What is the largest planet in the solar system? Is it Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, or your mom? The correct answer is Jupiter. I also would have counted your mom as the correct answer. What religious order was founded by Ignatius of Loyola to reform the Catholic Church? Is it the Augustinians, the Franciscans, the Jesuits, or the Dominicans? Correct answer is the Jesuits. What element has the symbol Pb? Is it lead, copper, plutonium, or nickel? Oh, everybody got it right. The correct answer is lead. Mister moving up onto the board. Which of the following is not a Philadelphia Big Five school? Penn, Drexel, Villanova, or LaSalle? And by Penn, I mean UPenn. Correct answer, Drexel.
Didn't they just play in the Big Five Classic?
Yep, it was the Big Five plus one.
So they're not in the Big Five?
They're a +1, unfortunately for Drexel. Which country does the following flag represent? Is it Jamaica, Kenya, Equatorial Guinea, or South Africa? Correct answer is South Africa. 5 people got it right. AJ, Frank, and Mister all moved up. AJ has the highest answer streak of 7. Look at him go. 3 questions left. True or false? The first ever winner of Survivor, Richard Hatch, served a 51-month sentence in prison for tax evasion. That is true. That one wasn't really as much of a trivia question, just more of a fun fact. AJ and Justin moving up. But Sean still in first. We have one more question. Is this going to be the one that decides it? I don't know. Sean's pretty far ahead here.
AJ, just get one wrong.
Last question. Why? Is it because? Why not? This is stupid, Miguel. Can you please ask a real trivia question? Or 76ers forward Paul Reed? All of them were correct. Let's look at the podium in 3rd place. We have Frank. 2nd place, AJ. And 1st place, Sean. So Sean wins individual immunity, guaranteeing himself a spot in the final 7.
A little upset by the Kahoot. I frickin' sold. I was in the lead, and I just went on a losing streak on that one.
There were a ton of questions that I just had no idea. And for the ones I knew, I just didn't answer as fast as a sneeze through a screen door. So, I really had no hope going into the final rounds of there. And yeah, I think the vote that's coming up this week is going to be really important. There's a lot of big players still in this game, with Frank's advantage still in play. And presumably Justin has 2 idols. Potentially AJ has 1.
I think it's over for me. I think my luck has run out. I miraculously saved myself 2 weeks ago, and then there was we had time guessers that was right up my alley, and Kahoot I thought was right up my alley as well. And I was in the lead, and then I blew it, and then I almost came back, but then didn't make it.
I was watching Justin creep the leaderboard, Justin and AJ, and I was like, it can't be one of them. It has to be Sean.
Yeah. Sean, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. That is incredible.
I was really worried with AJ's answer streak there.
There are 4 people that the 4 of us can pick from. Siobhan, Brad, AJ, Justin.
I feel like we have to throw votes on Justin.
Yeah, I don't think there's a choice. We need to start flushing idols.
Yeah, even if just the flush the idol.
One coming in.
That's why I think we may want to try to loop Siobhan and Brad in ASAP. I think that if the 3 of us go however we want to split it, 3 on AJ, 3 on Justin. Justin has idols. AJ's a good decoy. He almost won this immunity. He won the last one single-handedly. I think Siobhan will be on board for AJ or Justin with a 4-4 split.
Sorry, the clue's out. I'm not even here. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you guys go for it. Or, I mean, I'm going to too. Oh, what the
He's
fuck?
doing it's a connections.
And this is the hardest one.
So Survivor winners.
Oh yeah, I would not have known that.
I'm working on that one right now. I have 3 of those, but there might be a 4th that I haven't watched yet or something.
Is the Shenandoah a river also?
Yes.
So that's one of them, probably.
I'll catch Brad up while you're looking on that. So we've been talking and assembling the troops. How do you feel about a vote split between AJ and Justin? We try to flush Justin's idol on the revote, and we would target Justin in the end on this vote if he doesn't play his idol, but we go for AJ as safety.
And what happens if Justin has 2 idols or they each have 1 and they both play 1?
Then one of us are fucked.
Leak info to Justin somehow and make him feel like he knows the outcome of what's... Like, if he feels like, oh, we're all going to pour our votes on to him, or we're all going to pour our votes onto AJ, then maybe he can feel comfortable only playing 1.
Yeah, I would find it hard to believe if Justin has 2 idols that he would try to save AJ there. The question is now just who gets this 3rd idol.
We all agree that the rivers are the Shenandoah, York, Potomac, and James, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Adam, Sophie, Tony, and Richard for the Survivor winners. Presidents would be George, Grover, Abraham, and William. Apostles would be Peter, John, Thomas, Matthew.
Yeah, I like that guess.
I'll send it as a text. Am I the last person to get text?
Yeah.
While this call is happening, we're also working on the idol clue. The person who ended up getting it was Siobhan.
I got the idol.
Let's go.
Nice.
Okay, got it. We got it. They don't have it.
And basically, Mr. keeps saying that he's not working with Siobhan, but I think at this point it's very clear that he is. So this whole Zoom, me, Brad, and Sean were texting each other like, we're not really trusting this whole Mr. and Siobhan thing. Like, what if we don't vote for Justin and AJ and we end up voting for, say, Siobhan?
It's you and me, so we can be very honest with each other. You and I both know Justin does not have 2 idols.
We both know exactly where the idols are. We're the only ones.
I'm trying to get everyone else without revealing this other piece of information to calm down, because I can tell that there's some people like Brad who are worried about a vote split that Justin is going to play 2 idols. Yeah. When we know that that's not going to happen. Justin got an idol and no one's challenged. When he was on my original tribe, the vote that I entered in on, it seemed like people knew Justin had an idol, but everyone Owen wanted out, so they went after Owen, is what I understand. So I have no problem there. But then the vote that took Patrick out, it was 3 votes Patrick, 2 votes AJ. When people knew Justin had 1, if not maybe 2 idols, and no one even thought to check him and try to get him to play an idol. And that worries me. At the very least, he needs to feel like he's in danger, and I feel like he feels a little too safe right now. My concern about AJ is either AJ is a master strategist, and that vote on Patrick was incredibly well planned. He grabbed the people he needed right when he needed them, and he's far more of a strategic threat than we're worried about, so he should be gone. Or he's not a strategic threat at all. He's throwing anyone's names out because he's paranoid, and he will listen to the last thing that's said to him, which makes him a problem to incorporate into any plan we try to execute.
Andrew Mister called me and told me that he's, I have this plan and we're gonna, turn half of the people against Frank and half the people against Justin. And I was like, yeah. But it's like, he's a snake, and I know that he's gonna vote for me and try to get everyone to vote for me. And I don't even know what I can do to save myself. So part of me just wants to kind of leave it in God's hands. And if I'm meant to make it, then I'll make it. And if I'm not, then I won't. But I'm not gonna do some strategy that's doomed to failure. Who knows? I might change my mind when we get closer to Tuesday.
I mean, I talked to Siobhan, and she and I came to the conclusion that like our final three would be the two of us and you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you and I have said it yet, but I was going to say the same thing. I will absolutely go with you to the end of this
Because
game.
like if we can keep idols and a steal a vote in a tight three, it's gonna be really hard to come after us.
I feel like I'm in actually a pretty good position moving forward. I talked to Andrew. Finally, we're being open with each other about the fact that we're both working with Siobhan, and it's going to be Andrew, me, Siobhan as the final three. We've both known that, and we've both known that the other knows that for a while, but it feels good to like hear each other say it. I still haven't forgotten that he did tell Lexi and Sean about my advantage when I asked him not to. And I'm not trying to hold a grudge over anything, but it's clear that Andrew's still out there, you know, playing his own game and doing the things he needs to do for himself. So I'm not unaware of that, and I'll continue to keep an eye on it.
I'm curious about what you're thinking right now for the vote.
I'm kind of just going along with the flow for right now. Andrew has talked to me about a vote on Justin, trying to blindside him this week because of his presumed two idols.
And who do you think he's telling Justin to vote against, according to this narrative?
He's told Justin that you're the target, but it's not you, it's him.
I spoke to Andrew earlier in the week, and you know, he was floating around the idea of voting against you, which
okay.
But I don't know that he really means that. Especially if he's telling you that he's voting Justin and he's telling Justin that he's voting me. I don't really, you know, it very likely could be me. I don't really know. But what I do know is that I think that there's a core alliance in the game. And I think it's Lexi, Sean, and Andrew. I think it'd be good to get rid of Lexi or Andrew.
Okay, I'm definitely listening. So yeah, so I'll say this is the first I'm hearing my name out there.
What the heck is going on? This game is imploding sooner than I would have liked. Obviously, AJ and Justin are going to do something. The question is what, right? We know that the split votes on AJ and Justin aren't going to, you know, they're going to have something up their sleeve. And apparently, it's Lexi. It's a vote on Lexi.
I went this week thinking I had a nice alliance going, but that is not the case apparently, as I have learned that my closest ally, Siobhan, has in fact been planning to backstab me this entire time.
Talk to Justin because I do want to work with Justin. I know he's been someone I've been keeping at arm's length at this point, but I would rather work with him than betray him at this point. I feel like I'd rather make a move on someone like Siobhan or Mister, like these like big players in the game. We feel like that's the plan. So me, Sean, Justin, and Brad all talk about it on last Saturday because everyone in that group was on campus, which was great.
I got word from Lexi and Sean that the plan was apparently to get me and AJ out in some order, and I think this week was to get me to play my idol.
Decide on it, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna keep it just between the four of us. We don't need anyone else to know. We're gonna vote for Siobhan. Hopefully she doesn't play one of her two idols, which we also confirmed she has two idols.
This upcoming vote at the first merge tribal will probably be the most important one for my game so far. I'll just put it this way. I'm trying to get one person that does have some sort of immunity, advantage, or idol to be comfortable in this vote. So that way we can sabotage them and get them out of this game, because while they are a great player and they're a great person to work with, they're too powerful in this game to stay here.
This blindside is looking like it's going to be a blindside, and nobody else is at all the wiser. And it stayed that way for almost 24 hours.
I mean, I want Siobhan out of the game now. Originally, it was me, Pat, and Siobhan, and she flipped on us last second.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she's like, "Oh, well, I still want to work with you." I'm like, "All right, well, how am I gonna be able to trust you from this point on?" And then with how close she is with Mister, I can't trust him either.
Brad was not supposed to tell me, and thank goodness he did.
shit.
So me and Sean start freaking out.
Sean calls me on the phone, and he and Lexi are there, and they're to do damage control, which is very, very funny. Their plan was to keep me in the dark. They didn't know if I was going to tell Siobhan. They thought they had enough votes without me, and they weren't going to include me. But now that Brad told me, and he wasn't supposed to, it's kind of too late.
We want to work with you. Like, please just keep this to yourself. Vote with us. It'll be fine.
Now that they know Siobhan has 2 idols, they're going for her now. They don't want to give her... I mean, they figure if they let her go another round, she's just too powerful at that point. And she and Mr. are working together, and everyone's finally caught on.
Sean even went as far to say that me, him, and Frank could be the final 3, which I wouldn't be opposed to.
So here we are. I guess I get to decide who goes home now.
It's all up to Frank. But basically, if I go home because Brad told Frank about the plan, I'm gonna be pissed.
I can go along with this plan, or I tip off Siobhan. I don't think there's any way for me to do that without it being obvious what happened. If I let her know, everyone's going to know I'm in with them and Andrew, and then it's going to be public, and then that's my alliance for the game. I'm going to ride that out and see how it goes. Whatever I do from here on out, I'm going to be closing a lot of doors, and that the game I wanted to play was to not do that. I'm a septuple agent. I'm in with everyone right now, kind of. Some people more than others. So you've talked to AJ and Justin.
AJ and Justin, yeah.
Okay, and you've told them that the other is the target? You've told AJ we're all going for Justin?
I think I both presented to them a vote split that would be between the other person and you, but have given them the other person's name and been like, don't, like, I have the Frank votes covered. Like, you do not need to cast a vote, so that like your name came up without it like actually coming out. Like they aren't going to put a vote down for your name.
Okay, that is something I wanted to clear up. Yeah, because I figured it could be harmless. I didn't realize my name was coming up in conversations, but yeah.
I like used it as a decoy in the best way I thought I could, where like your name was out there, but there wasn't actually a vote that would be placed on it.
The thing I want to confront you on, unfortunately, I'm sorry, is a while ago I told you what my advantage was, and the truth is I told you that as a little bit of a test run just to see what you do with that information. I know you told Sean and Lexi before I did, is where I'm getting at with that.
Yes.
So I guess I'm just more than anything curious to hear why. And if you're closer with them than you are with me, or if there's like a good, like there isn't like nothing that like upsets me at all about it.
I told them before you, kind of both to fact check you to make sure that you didn't go and lie to them. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make sure that the circulation of information was the same to all 4 people. And because I wanted to lock them down as quickly as possible and have them feel like you and I were both presenting the same truth. I don't believe I leaked it until after I told you.
Mm-hmm.
To tell them. I then went to them and was like, hey, Frank's going to have a conversation with you. This is how it should go. If you presented any other truth, it would raise an alarm bell with me too.
Okay, that makes sense. So I guess we were testing each other, which I guess is funny. Thanks for talking this through. I had to make sure.
No, I think it's a very, like, you're asking very fair and honest questions, and like, I respect you for being straight up and just being like, you did this thing. I know you did this thing. Why'd you do it?
I have more info. This stays between us and Siobhan. I had to talk through this first because I'm basically about to commit myself to the 2 of you for the rest of the game. So over the last couple of days, a couple of things have come to light. Everyone realizes that Siobhan is the one with 2 idols, and everyone has figured out that you 2 are working together. The plan is now to go after Siobhan. Sean and Lexi have got together Justin and Brad to vote Siobhan out because she has 2 idols and because they want to split you 2 up. Justin AJ plan is out the window. That is not, people are not voting for that anymore. That is the facade that we're keeping so that we can blindside you both. Siobhan is going to have to play an idol. I strongly, strongly recommend that we take out Lexi because Sean is immune. The good news is that they're keeping AJ out of the loop. And AJ actually came to me earlier today. He called me, I didn't call him, and he wants to go after Lexi. He thinks that you and Sean and Lexi are a very strong 3. You're running the show. Sean and Lexi are the tightest 2, and because Sean's immune, he wants to go after Lexi. So we may have a vote on her already, whether we loop him in or not, and we don't have to.
All right.
But if there...
So that would then be 4 right there. Siobhan, you, me, AJ.
We're blowing up this game early. I thought.
Yeah, no, like Frank. I'll put it this way: the vote's on me. In some respect, you point the gun, I'll shoot.
Miguel, I'm literally having a fucking breakdown. This game is so stressful. Holy shit. Okay. So a lot is happening. Basically, I have 2 idols, so there's a huge target on my back. And basically, Lexi, Sean, and Brad, and Justin are leading a coup against me and Andrew. So, fuck.
Maybe I should not be recording this late at night while I'm in my feels, but had some information tonight, and I thought getting a very raw confessional off of it might be helpful. This is the first time that my name has been like seriously thrown out in the game, which is good, I guess. I've been kind of fortunate to have one easy vote. I knew that it wouldn't be that way even if I, acted and game planned, like, things would stay simple. And they've come to the conclusion that Siobhan and I are working together. I mean, it's inescapable. I tried to deny it for as long as I can, but, we are. Siobhan, when we first talked about the game, she was like, there will be real-world consequences if we don't vote together. It's very funny and cute in her nature, but I definitely was like I wanted to work with her, but I was like, oh, okay, gonna have to do that. So I'm, very locked in with her and Frank. I'm looking around and saying if I'm committing myself to Siobhan and Frank, I don't know how I win in that. Siobhan correctly told Frank to play his idol and protected him, then ran a blindside on Pat with AJ and Justin. So she already has 2 moves. She has 2 idols. She might play both to protect me. Frank, with the help of Siobhan, but still played an idol correctly for himself, won the steal a vote. We'll probably play that steal a vote at some point to get us through a vote. Those are winner moves, and I sit there as the third, and I don't know, I sit here and think, in 2020, I started watching Survivor on a whim, and got really into it, and, really loved it. It was my, pandemic thing. I loved it so much that I, told all my friends about it, and they all then got into it as well, and that's kind of how this game pieced together. I know better than to be that third person at the end that no one talks to, that everyone's like, you let these other 2 people get there and you didn't do anything to stop them. You clearly don't deserve to win. And it's tough to know that, the game I'm playing is the game I don't want to. I don't know how to make a move that will make me stand out while still working in my alliance. And that kind of sucks, because I'm playing a losing game right now. I want to have fun. I want to play this to have fun. And it's very hard to have fun and actually try to win right now. And I don't know what really matters to me more. This game has given me a lot to think about, both in the game and out of the game, and it's so dumb that frickin' Zoom Survivor's doing that to me. But, I don't know, it's genuinely touching on my anxieties, and, I don't know. I'm worried that, maybe some people are starting to get real-world mad in this game, and, that's not good. So, do I just say fuck it and blindside some people that I've built a lot of trust with and risk the consequences of that in and out of the game?
The first thing I want to ask you guys is, what's your new tribe name?
The Badias.
Are we settled on the Badias? The Badia tribe? All right. I want to start with Sean. You got the invisible immunity necklace this week. How does it feel to know that you will be making the final 7?
To be completely honest, for the majority of this week, I just kept forgetting that I even had it. It kind of just feels weird going from a tribe winning immunity down to just one individual winning immunity post-merge, but I mean, I'm happy to have it.
Frank, how is the shift into the merge, been for you this week?
The gravity of the first vote after the merge is high. It helps kind of set the tone for a lot of the rest of the game. And so I think people generally realize that importance.
There's always the hope that certain alliances stick together, but there's always the possibility of things going wrong.
Are there any obvious alliances or threats in the game that you see from your standpoint?
It's hard to tell sometimes. You know, you think something's one way and then sometimes things are another way, you know. But, you know, just bouncing off your question, I'm going to do my own little thing. I think that I know my name has been thrown around, and, you know, it's a game. I understand the nature of Zoom Survivor. There's treachery, there are surprises, whatever. But I've clawed my way to every game. Okay, just through apartment mishaps and work and illness. I've clawed my way to every single game, and I think that people voting need to evaluate in themselves. What does it do for you to get AJ out in this round? I think as opposed to person bleep, as opposed to the alternative.
And what is the alternative? What are you getting at here?
I don't know, Miguel.
Brad, I'm really curious to ask you about your perspective in the game right now. Somebody who was on this Zoom got out who you did not vote for. Do you think that the events of that tribal council is going to impact your decision in this vote?
It was a big blow to my game that Pat's no longer here and on the jury. While he's gone, I still have my game and I know what I need to do to get to the end.
Last week, I put an idol into the game. Siobhan, I wanted to ask you, has there been talk or speculation about who might have this idol, if anybody even has it right now?
Are you saying it because you know it's me?
Is it you?
Yeah, it is me.
You're making that public knowledge that, you're saying that you have the idol?
I think people already knew that because I told everyone besides Patrick. Honestly, after removing Mr. Lyons, I did want to try and build trust with people, and we kind of worked as a community to get the idol. So I don't feel like it's just my idol. I feel like it's everyone's idol.
Everyone's idol?
Yep, and I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna leave it there.
Has there been a paranoia about idols included in your conversations? Are people making backup plans in case idols are played? What's going on there?
There's certainly a paranoia with idols plural, who possesses them. It's scary when you see someone two people from one tribe that both could have now up to 2 idols, or 3 different people from that tribe possessing one, and hard not to draw those lines in your head. So yeah, I think the most prudent thing is to always have a backup plan.
Well, I guess tonight we will find out whether it's plan A, plan B, or plan C that, ends up happening. With that, it is time to vote. Everybody, please send me who you're going to vote for. It cannot be Sean. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I would like to play one on myself. And you can't even see this. I would like to play another one on Andrew.
All right. The rules of Survivor state that if somebody plays a hidden immunity idol, any votes cast against them will not count. Siobhan has played 2 idols, one on herself and one on Andrew. All votes cast against Siobhan and Andrew will not count.
Miguel, I would also like to play my immunity idol, or myself.
All right. Justin has also played a hidden immunity idol. All votes cast against Justin will not count. I will now read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote. Siobhan does not count. Siobhan does not count. Mr. does not count. Mr. does not count. That's 4 votes red, none count. Lexi. 1 vote Lexi. Brad. 1 vote Lexi, 1 vote Brad. Lexi. 2 votes Lexi. 1 vote Brad, 1 vote left. Final vote, Brad. We have a tie, 2-2. Here's what's gonna happen. We are going to re-vote. You can only vote for Lexi or Brad. Brad and Lexi will not vote since they can only vote for each other. Please send me who you are voting for. Lexi and Brad will not vote, but you can only vote for Lexi or Brad. All right, once again, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote, Lexi. It's 1 vote Lexi. Brad, 1 vote Brad. Lexi, 2 votes Lexi, 1 vote Brad. Brad, 2 votes Lexi, 2 votes Brad, 2 votes left. Lexi, 3 votes Lexi, 2 votes Brad. 6th person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island and the 6th member of our jury, Lexi. Lexi, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Next time on Survivor.
Oh boy, is it shocked.
I'm pretty confident that my name is on the chopping block this week.
I'm wondering if, as insurance against people realizing that we're the threat and we need to be ganged up on now, if there is logic using the steal a vote this week.
I've kind of been initiated into the Frank, Siobhan, Andrew clan.
Whether it was my intention or not, I've kind of established myself as a little bit of a threat now.
I know I'm the third of 3 in that group, and if I were to go with the 2 of them to final tribal, I would not catch a vote.
Let me take a little bit of a drink. Still going.